Hey, look which one I got. Look what I got.
Here, Elizabeth, go choose a pretty color that you like.
Welcome to Watch Like a Kid,
a podcast where we watch your kid shows so you don't have to.
We are your hosts, Diane and Gabrielle.
So come, be a kid with us.
Welcome back.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I love the fit. We're serving Cat Noir.
I wore my ears because I forgot them in the first episode.
It's okay. We were doing Ladybug that episode. Now we're doing Cat Noir.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. Yeah, because he's got like green eyes.
He's got green eyes. Now this isn't
got
quite the green, I understand, but you know, a girl can only do so much.
Yeah, I mean, and his eyes are like borderline yellow.
Yeah,
they're not quite.
But like it's definitely green coated in all of the marketing materials.
I kind of see it as green, and her kind of like as like pink.
She's pink and red. She's like, you know, the marketing's confusing.
How was your week?
Well, I saw so many signs of Miraculous in Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Like billboards? Or?
I saw about 17 people wearing red and black, which if you were here for our first episode, we were red and black.
We were dedicated.
We were Ladybug coded for real, as we said in the beginning.
We really love our colors.
We love a theme.
Wow, so it was like, were you just like, was your mind just thinking about it? So you think you saw signs, or was it just,
it wasn't like the whole, like, you know, you buy a Honda, you see a Honda. It wasn't that. It was literally so many people wearing red and black, and I don't remember seeing a lot of people wearing red and black. And get this, I'm walking to the grocery store, and there's a lot of graffiti in Bushwick. It's a very graffiti heavy city. I mean, it's New York too, but basically, I sent you a picture of this.
Yeah,
a graffiti to Ladybug.
We're gonna have to put that on the
We're gonna have to put it.
They're gonna think that we made it up.
We didn't make it up. And guess what?
I still kind of think maybe you drew it.
Was it green? It may have been, because it wasn't red like the normal Ladybug color.
No, yeah, because it was like a different color.
If it was green, then that's also like Cat Noir. So boom. If it's not green, cut this out of the podcast. All right. So I saw that, and then I saw berets. People wearing berets. I don't know if it's in season right now. I usually don't see people wearing berets in New York City. So
I always see like influencers or like just hot people that make it on Instagram, like pulling them off, but I never see anybody in person wearing a beret.
I saw multiple.
Wow. Were any of them like red or black?
No, unfortunately.
Or green, I guess. Green.
Well, I think one was black, yes. One was black,
classic.
But the other one was tan. And I guess we'll figure out who's tan colored in this.
Tan. Somebody's got to be.
Someone's got to be. We'll get into that more later in this episode about how there are more Miraculouses that we're meeting. But yeah, it was really interesting, and I think it's a sign that this podcast is going to go far. So
it's because all of our listeners from the first episode and everybody, we're trying not to tell too many people, honestly, because I think we're scared.
We're kind of nervous that this is going to be a cringe project.
We're so nervous. But there are a few people that we have told, obviously, to like spread the word, and the outpouring of love we've received is just so great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So we're excited to get actually really good at this and kick them out.
I have never had anything, I don't think really, where I've like manifested as like classic, as people say, like manifesting things, and it actually like happened. And I feel like all these signs you're seeing, like I'm not a big sign girly.
Oh, I am a signs girl. Listen, I grew up Pentecostal. More about that later. And we're science people. We're science girls, and I am a science girl. I see a sign. I know it's from God. It's from the Lord. This is God saying, do the podcast, be stars.
And then I'm like when it's time, you'll know. Like that's the sign. You get one sign. So
oh my gosh, speaking of signs, I don't know if we want to keep talking about signs. We can cut it out if we don't.
All day.
Do you remember the sign that we saw on your old roommate's bedroom?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I can't keep a roommate, and it's not me. I'm just a
delight.
I'm a bowl full of sunshine.
Yes. I'm currently her weekend roommate because of this podcast. I mean, it's 2 a.m. right now, so I'm crashing here.
Yeah, so I have a second room, and my last roommate just moved out, and so I was showing Gabby into the room and everything, and we close the door, and hanging on the other side of the door, which I had never seen before, was, I guess my old roommate had left it, and it was a door sign, and it said streaming in progress. And that night, literally an hour before, we had discussed whether or not we should start a podcast.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be one of those people being like, let's just buy a mic, because anybody can do it. And we just kind of were like, wow, this sounds
And it
like
had
a
like
great...
a microphone on it.
Yeah, we were like, this sounds like a great idea, but we don't really know. We've got things to do. And are we podcast people? And then we saw that, and Gabby screamed, and it freaked me out. But then she's like, a literal sign. And I guess I'm
a science girl.
Yeah, so
Listen.
I had to go for it. We kept it. It was great.
Yes, and so to come into agreement with these signs from God, I went into 3 different bakeries and bought a bunch of Paris stuff.
I came home and she's just like, bonjour. I got us a croissant.
Here's the thing. I want to do a quick PSA for people who are in bakery people who sell macarons. Put them in boxes when people take them to go, for the love of God.
Goodness.
They're too fragile for bags.
She found the most beautiful
black and red
red
macarons,
ones.
which honestly, y'all, I wish I would have taken a picture. They were together in the display. There were other colors, but the red and black were next to each other in the display.
Another sign.
Another freaking sign. And how many times do you see black ones? I just don't really see them very often. So I was like, can I have 4? 2 black, 2 red. Let's go. She puts them in a bag. In a freaking bag.
I feel like some Parisian would have jumped out from the alley and like whacked her with a baguette.
I wish they would have, because I got home and I took...
You got to my home.
I actually got to my home.
Oh, you did?
Because it was a Brooklyn day. You can tell because it didn't go well. I get to my home and I unload the macarons and they are smashed. And I was devastated. I'm surprised Hawk Moth didn't come for me. I was like mid-tear. I was like, what is going on? And so I had to go the next day to another bakery in my town, and they didn't have red and black, but they did have pink and green, which are
I feel like that kind of fits.
It does fit because Marinette wears pink.
Those ugly pink skinny jeans.
They're really bad pants.
I know cartoons, they don't change outfits, but if that's the case, then you need to make it a good, iconic, solid fit.
I kind of like her loungewear better. Those like joggers with the polka dot cami. Yeah, I like that outfit better. Cute. And Cat Noir is green coated.
He's like kind of green,
so.
Because his little ring has like the paw that's green.
Yes, and his eyes are like yellowish green. So that's what we'll have, and we'll cheers at the end of the episode to getting to episode 2, and for y'all hanging with us again.
Yes, thank you for coming back.
Thank you, so much.
I think it was so funny that we were discussing afterward, because we're still so fat. Season 2 ramped up, and we're fascinated with the villains, the love stories, everything. Gabby came over and mentioned, what would Hawk Moth evilize us in, like, how would he evilize us in real life? Like, what would happen? Like you said, like your macaroons, they were smushed. So like, if you guys have any funny ideas of like, or for you in your personal life, like kind of like your villain origin story, what would it be that Hawk Moth would be like, yes, someone in despair, or they missed the last train.
Oh my gosh, this is my Hawk Moth on Halloween, okay? Because New York City decided to put their Halloween parade on 6th Street, which is also the street that they have construction on the subway, so you have to walk outside, and
it's mayhem.
A Halloween parade and an unsuspecting person trying to catch the train, but she's trapped.
So what would your
evilize her?
What would your villain name be? Because they're all these villain names have like kind of, it's like they kind of have something to do with the type of villain, but at the same time, sometimes it's just complete nonsense.
Okay, well, I was on my way home so I can switch into my 1989 Taylor Swift outfit so that I could go to the AMC theater and watch the Taylor Swift AMC concert.
That was classic.
So it would have to be some sort of like Swiftie villain. Taylor Swift villain.
Or like something simple where it's like the subject and then you put like orator at the end, like Halloween orator, or like, you know, like how they have those like at the end.
a freaking arcade game or like a roller coaster.
Okay, we've been hating on the villain names, but I guess we
this is harder than we thought. So y'all are gonna come up with better ones and send them to us.
Send them to us.
Watch like a kid at
gmail.com. I feel like we just need it like a tagline under the video.
Oh yeah, we'll put it in the description boxes and we'll put it everywhere.
We're gonna annoy you so much.
But also it's literally our podcast name at Gmail.
We also just love hearing from people, so we get lonely.
Listen, talk to us because
I have a good one. I'll talk to you. I'll bring it back. I'm bringing you back, Kevy. I'll talk to you. I have a good villain name. So, every time that it seems like I'm in a rush, I miss my train. Like it's not just that I missed it. It's like I can see it, the doors closing, and it like leaving the station.
And that feels personal.
That feels like a personal attack,
yeah.
Especially when you're on like that second to last stair,
literally,
and you're
huffing and puffing because you've been.
And
running.
I'm like, yeah, and the conductor just is like,
yeah, and they watch you run. That's the cruel part about it. They make eye contact with you. And
I swear they wait till the last minute. I swear they're just like, you know what? Let's see. You know, and I see so many times that they keep them open for people to doing the same things, and so it always feels so personal. It does.
Feels like a sign,
and
a bad one.
Yeah, and so in the show, they always have the person like hanging their head and like go, and I can literally see myself like dropping to my knees, being like, no, like so dramatic. And then Hawk Moth just goes, ah, yes, another train left behind, you know, and he goes, evilizes me, and I'm the conductor.
And now you are keeping everyone from getting on the train.
Now I run the train, guys.
Yeah, you're the one who put that Halloween parade up freaking.
You know what?
Street.
I might be the best villain though, because I would not charge $2.90.
Listen,
for the MTA. You guys can hop it all you want, because guess what? You're gonna get stuck on the train because I'm evil.
Because I lost my debit card on the train today.
Oh no. This is a chaotic episode.
Let's talk about the season.
Season 2, literally the first episode, just 10 times more dramatic and better, and just the storyline, it just goes wild. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just because it's the first episode. It 5 episodes,
yes.
6 episodes in.
So good.
Usually I'm like waiting for a sleeper episode, one where I can like go make a sandwich, or like I can just like go do something else, or just zone out.
Yeah.
Every episode I was like,
well, I mean, apparently I went and made a sandwich during one of the most pivotal episodes ever, and this big almost reveal. Do you want to talk about that episode?
I cannot believe you don't remember that.
I don't remember it.
So it was, oh my goodness. It was earlier in the season. I have it in my notes somewhere about what episode exactly. I
think you said it was episode 10.
Episode 10. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So basically, Hawk Moth is Cat Noir's dad.
Yeah,
right.
Which we learned that in season 1.
Gabriel, the dad, Hawk Moth, Adrian, the son. So in that episode, he almost finds out that Adrian is Cat Noir, and so it's the funniest thing. So he can't tell it's his own son by the costume, but he can be like, huh, Cat Noir is wearing a ring. My son wears a ring. It must be the same.
He should be like, huh, Cat Noir has weird flippy blonde hair that does this.
And gives me an attitude when he talks to me.
Huh. He sounds just like my son. Also, because there's only so many male voice actors in the show. Sorry. So that's not confirmed. Diane actually looked up for me. There are multiple male voice actors in the show. It just, for some reason, they all blend together.
They all just sound similar at certain times. He just goes.
That's so wild. He
suddenly
fights this guy every single day, and he can't put it together that it's his son.
Yeah, and so this one episode, he just sees a ring, and he's like, "Let's test the theory," and he just like tries to get a big giant like gorilla to like capture Adrian so he can't transform, and so he's like, Cat Noir will come, and if he doesn't, it must be my son, kind of thing. And he's like, it's kind of weird because as Hawk Moth, he's like, I want to defeat you, but he's also like, is it my son? Like, he's going through this weird turmoil, but he's keeping a straight face.
Well, he dropped this game real fast.
And
didn't he? 'Cause he
monotone
did
the whole
not
time.
Return to this in other episodes.
No, but that's because so there's a part in it where Adrian just like flies off, gets thrown off like a skyscraper, because there's skyscrapers in Paris, right?
I was just
really.
in Paris and I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
Nope, but there's one in this Paris where there's 10 people in the town.
Well, maybe they all just live in that skyscraper and they never come out.
And so he gets thrown off this very tall building, and he starts falling, and
This sounds so epic. I can't believe I
Ladybug
missed
is
it.
like also in the grips of the gorilla, so she can't like save him or something like that.
Oh man.
And so they cut to Hawk Moth, and he's like, "Son, if you are Cat Noir, transform so you can save yourself. It's okay." Like, and he like doesn't and can't, and then he gets like saved. I think Ladybug is able to save him, or a friend of theirs, something. I can't. It's blurry because I was so like, "What is happening? This is so intense for no reason." That I just forgot all the other details. But episode 10, highly recommend. Go give it a watch. And so then he has.
I think I do remember this episode. I must have
Because I think it's his like nanny, his driver, his nanny.
Yes,
kind of
it's
guy.
his bodyguard.
Yeah,
Because this is
Bodyguard.
the episode where Marinette wears this cute little cami. She's like half dressed.
you don't remember the plot. You
I
just remember the fit.
I remember the fit. And because this is the episode where she like her and Adrian, Marinette and Adrian are like trapped in this fountain together because Adrian's hiding from the paparazzi.
Yeah, because he just wants to go to the movies.
He's just trying to go to the movies to watch a movie that his mom starred in. And he can't do that because he's just been in this really recent ad. And so everyone loves him. And so they're all running after him. And Marinette, this is kind of embarrassing for me, but this is like a fantasy that I've had, that there would be some celebrity guy that's like running
God.
from people that want to get in touch to him.
Okay,
And
Lizzie McGuire.
I what is it like? Is it Starstruck? Is that like that Disney Channel movie? Anyway,
Oh my
I
God,
hide him for him, so he doesn't have to deal with the crap.
And he
And that's
could
what
just be a
Marinette
normal
does.
boy.
He could just be a normal boy, and he falls for me because I let him be a normal boy. This is what Marinette did.
Now
For
you remember the
Adrian.
episode.
I remember
Thank you for catching up.
They were in the freaking movie theater. Adrian had a helmet on, and she had like goggles on because she was about to go swimming. This is the episode where she left her friends hanging for half a
Yeah,
day.
and they're just like, "It's okay, we're
And I
still
remember
here."
how he got saved was actually her friends came and saved them.
Yes, I remember that.
They were like
yeah.
on him.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Because I was like,
Sorry,
'cause she
don't
was
remember the dad
still-
stuff. Remember the cute stuff.
Yes. So, he's able to transform and trick Ladybug and Hawk Moth by having this kid who just so happens to be dressing the same as him wear the little like motorcycle helmet and pretend to be Adrian, so Adrian can go be Cat Noir. And literally the dad goes, yep, can't be my son. Like, gives up.
Yes.
He's like,
Because there goes that kid in a helmet.
he's like, yep, you
Just
know
like
what?
my son.
What was I thinking? And I think it's so funny because I've noticed in the show, it doesn't happen often, but every now and then they'll have like a pop culture reference, or they'll reference something that's in the real world.
Mhm.
Like at one time, I think they were saying like Steven Spielberg, but they like changed his last name. And so in this episode, the kid that's pretending to be Adrian, just the gorilla's coming after them, and he just goes, "You shall not pass." And I'm like, isn't that Lord of the Rings? Like, freaking Gandalf is
Well, we just watched the episode. It was Sand Boy instead of Sandman.
Sandman. Yeah, I'm just like,
It's it's okay.
it's like those
Artists
off-brand.
borrow.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
it's like when you get off-brand
off-brand
something.
stuff, yeah.
But he just said it so just like confidently, and he was like even there with the big giant gorilla, and I was like, wait a second,
That sounds
You
familiar.
that line is not original, but that was such a good episode, and
That was a
wasn't
very good
even
episode. That was one of my favorites, even
that-
though I don't remember half of it.
that wasn't even the best part of season 2.
No, the best part was this will they, won't they, slow burn romance.
And not even that. Guys, we have new characters because like we said last season, all 10 of their classmates got akumatized in the first 10 episodes. So this season they brought new kind of side characters,
Mhm.
and there's a couple new possible love interests for both Adrian and Marinette.
It's getting really sticky, guys. It's getting real sticky.
Real sticky. So, Kagami is the girl that's kind of trying to like take Adrian, and she's like this fencer, and he does fencing, and they like.
She's real forward.
She's so confident.
She's so cool. This one
So
scene where
cool.
he's just like, obviously he's really hung up on Ladybug, who does not love him because Ladybug loves Adrian, doesn't know that it is him. It's fine. And she says something like, you have to change targets. And she takes his chin and like just shifts it to her. And it's like, you have to shift your target.
Change targets.
Like, just, and now he's looking at her, and now he gets it. He picks up on it. He gives her a rose, and I'm like, oh. I
was kind of like, okay, girl. And even Adrian was like, wait.
Yeah.
What's going on? But what I hate about that episode is like, he goes to Marinette, who they're not even like best friends. He's got a best friend, Nino, and he goes to Marinette to ask for advice on this girl, and I'm like,
well,
why does it in every
Nino's all wrapped up with this new girlfriend, which is Marinette's bestie.
Why does it seem like in every show, kids movie or non, the guy goes to the girl who's like the friend and is like, I'm in love with this other girl. Like, don't go talk to your guy friends.
Okay, but maybe guys don't know what to do about girls.
I mean, of course they don't. But like Marinette, it's so obvious that Marinette is in love with him that literally the rest of the class is like, go Marinette, we go get Adrian.
I will say Adrian's a little dense in this department. There have been times, now there have been moments, and I wish I could remember exactly bring them up. There have been moments where Marinette kind of would break a little bit, right, in front of Adrian.
Yeah.
And Adrian would kind of flirt back and be like, oh, are you whatever? And then of course Marinette be like, no. And then Adrian'd be like, okay, Marinette, like have a good day or whatever. And Adrian just kind of lets it go and lets it slide or whatever. Yeah. But there have been times where Adrian is kind of picking up on it and doesn't shut it down. He does not shut it down.
No, but he's still like, you're my friend, you know?
Yeah.
And so when he goes to Marinette, he's like, I have this crush on a girl. And she's like, oh, who? And he's like, Kagami. And she's like, what? So you know what she does? She has them go on a double date, and I love it because I mean, her and Adrian are endgame. I get it.
Yeah.
But I really do love the new possible love interest for her.
You texted me and you were like, we all have fallen for the emo guy with a guitar.
We've all
fallen for him. And that's the new guy for Marinette.
His name is Luka?
I do not remember.
Right? It does not matter. He's just emo guy with a guitar. He is. He like comes in. He's kind of new, kind of just talks kind of like this. But it's so hilarious because she goes to him and he's like, you know what? You kind of sound like this. And he plays like a little sad jingle on his guitar. And he's like, you should feel like this. And he like changes the tune. And he's like, any guy that makes you feel otherwise should be
He's like, he says he speaks better with music.
Yeah. He's like, personally, a girl like you should feel like this. And he just like plays a song, and I'm like,
which is so funny because if a grown man did that to us, I would be like, homie, stop.
Yes.
No. But for some reason, when a 15-year-old boy does it to a little 15-year-old girl, you're just like gushing, like, this is so cute because you know what you would have acted like when you were a teenager if some guy did that to you.
Yes. And I also thought it was amazingly healthy and so good for the male character because at the end of the double date, she doesn't tell him that she still likes Adrian. She tells him, or like she like looks at Adrian, and Luka picks up on it. And he's just like, and so he goes to her and he's like, you should go to him. And I'm like, that is so healthy.
Dude, these kids
and
are
he's just
so
like,
healthy.
he's like, hey, I'll see you at school tomorrow. Like he's like totally okay with it. They're on good terms. Like they even see each other in another episode. Like
other than Chloe, all these kids, it's like healthier than me. Honestly.
Healthier than anybody I had ever met in high school, that's for sure.
For sure. Well, maybe not. Besides Chloe and Marinette.
Marinette actually needs some work, I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, so we have possible other relationships that might happen in the next
feel like
season.
they might come back. Because they did hesitate.
Yeah.
They were convincing enough. And I was like, okay.
You know, I think that they're gonna be a slower burn than we would like. So I feel like we might have a season with the other flames. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for it, you know. Mm-hmm. We kind of need it. It's kind of like Gilmore Girls, Luke and Lorelai, their endgame. But
Right.
I like
good Max Medina
Max
detour.
Medina. Love a good detour.
And honestly, we really like these characters too, so they're fun, and we wouldn't be mad about it.
We thought it was just so much more interesting. Like every episode, I was like, "What's going on? Who are these people?"
Speaking of who are these people, the people that we have been introduced to. So the Chloe, we told you in season one, it was like the bully kind of girl, we have her bestie. What's her bestie's name again? Starts with an L. We call her the 30-year-old because she looks 30.
Yeah. Marinette's bestie?
Marinette's bestie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Chloe's like fake bestie.
Yeah, Chloe's fake bestie.
Alia.
Alia. Does not start with L. Starts with an A.
It's got an L.
Alia. And so Alia's Marinette's best friend, and then Nino, which is Adrian's best friend. By the way, Nino and Alia are now an item.
They got together in season 1, right? And it was just such a random episode, and honestly, I don't see the chemistry at all.
I don't, but they're trying to make it happen.
It's kind of like that thing where they're like, what do we do with the sidekicks?
Yeah, they're really trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I wish we got more into them. They would be great.
They are now... They're not like superheroes in the extent that Marinette and Adrian are superheroes, but they do get to borrow Kwamis.
Yeah, so there becomes a point where, so we've met Master Fu. He kind of like is this old man who just gives snippets of information. He's like Dumbledore, where he's like, you know what? I have more fun when I just tell you the bare minimum and let you figure it out, even though you're a kid.
Even though they're a kid.
And he doesn't help them fight crime. He doesn't do anything.
No. And he's way too trusting.
He's way too trusting. But so basically something happens and she's like, we can't fight Hawk Moth alone. Like we need, so Master Fu's like, if you really want to, if you think there's anybody trustworthy enough. And she's like, my bestie. And her bestie runs a blog
runs a blog about these people.
About Ladybug. And I'm like, is she trustworthy?
Yeah.
She was though. I mean,
it took her a while, but she finally made it at the end of the episode. She did give the Kwame back.
Yeah. So basically, it was like you get to borrow it. You get to like
you don't get to
rent it out for the day, kind of.
Yeah.
So she gives her a Miraculous, which is a jewel, the charm that has it. So Alia's is like a necklace.
Yes.
That's kind of like a staff looking kind of.
So many
it kind of like curls and like a swirl almost. I guess is the best way to describe it. And which I was confused with because when I saw that, it reminded me of that kind of villain superhero from the end of season 1 who showed up for like one episode. Yeah, she had the same little pendant, and I was like,
well, they have similar powers, right?
Illusion. Yeah, so I was really confused.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing.
And she came back for another episode in season 2.
Yeah,
and I was even more confused afterward.
Yeah,
maybe I missed something. But
I think we may have missed something. Let us know.
I think a kid isn't gonna notice it as much.
Yeah,
but I was
there's definitely 2 illusions going on. Like there's like a bad one and a good one. I think.
Yeah, I was definitely wondering.
But
so
hers is Trix.
Her Kwame.
She's like a fox.
Yeah, she's got a pretty cool outfit.
Yeah.
I feel like she wasn't necessary though. Like I don't really like having your friends join in.
I see what they're doing. I think it's kind of fun that they're like we're dipping our feet in it. So they're not like full on superheroes right now, but every once in a while we'll be like, we need your help. And then they'll get to borrow the Kwame and like help fight the
I guess
stuff. I think it's like fun. I do think it's dangerous because it's more of a chance for you to get found out who you are this way. Yeah. But I do like, I get every once in a while. It's not every episode that the friends come and help, but the friends have help. So Chloe, she's a bumblebee when she helps. And
why
then,
is she's like turtle. Literally the brattiest person. Why is she's not trusty enough to have a
I don't know.
They couldn't have picked anyone else.
I don't remember why.
I get. Alia, I get, because you're like, let me get my besties in there. Chloe?
I mean, she's fine.
If I was her, I wouldn't even give the Miraculous back.
I mean, I do see I don't see a lot of growth with Chloe. Never mind that.
No,
I even tried to
the
say
bad popular girls don't.
I mean, she might.
They
get
don't
growth.
do growth.
She might get growth.
They don't do growth. Yeah, I don't understand Chloe being a superhero. I mean, hers is Queen Bee, right?
Right.
And then her power is like venom. Cause like it's got the bee stinger, so I think it's able to like immobilize whoever she kind of like comes in contact with. It's funny though because I don't notice that they have like, you know, kind of like one of the Lucky Charms things where they turn back after a few minutes, like Ladybug and Cat Noir. So I think that's kind of like you said, where they're only like half superheroes. So to me, I feel like they don't even help.
I think that it's just getting us used to the idea that they will full on be superheroes. Like, I think that right now they're just borrowing it, but once they're fully trusted, they will actually be full superheroes. I think they just probably wanted it to be less jarring, so they're trying to ease us into that idea.
True. And then Nino is like a turtle.
Nina's a turtle.
Which is so cute.
That's very Nino.
Shell on! It's so cute. That's what he says to his Kwame to like...
His girlfriend's is way cooler, but...
Way cooler. Yeah. But his is protection. The power of protection.
I think
that's
Fox
cute.
is cool.
Yeah, with illusion. You can't beat that.
Let's pounce.
We're out of here. That was so Chloe though.
They're like really... Their relationship, Nino and...
Isn't romantic at all. I don't feel any...
There's this one scene where they're like... She's like, when we get out of here, I'm going to take you to the movies. And he's like, no. I'm going to take you to the movies. And that was supposed to be flirty. And I was like, listen,
I felt
once
nothing.
you give us Cat Noir and Ladybug, you really got to up your flirting game because they're just too good.
It's too good. You can't. I feel nothing from them. Like, I see no romance, nothing.
Well, also, I see her as a 30-year-old woman.
Yeah, that too. Who's, for some reason, is really good at babysitting.
So, yeah, it just seems like she's kind of like
anytime Miranette...
Oh, how cute, kid. Like,
anytime someone trusts Miranette with their child and she has to go save the world or she forgets, she's just like, Alia, come help. And she's like, I would love to. And I'm like, what 15-year-old is like, let me go babysit?
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is way back in the first season, but literally the very first episode, we see Adrian's doing a photo shoot and Marinette wants to go say hi, but she can't because she's babysitting. And her friend is literally like, I'll babysit for you. And then something happens and she can't get to him. And then Adrian's photographer says, will you come take pictures with Adrian to the friend? And she could have been in a really big ad campaign, but instead the friend was like, wait 1 second. And she goes and finds Marinette. Yeah. I mean, this is like friendship goals here.
She's a supportive friend.
Very great friend. And I think it's because she's had a lot of time to be a friend being 30.
Yeah, basically. I would literally be, maybe she's like undercover. I don't know. I would get so over it after a while with Marinette being so obsessed with Adrian. If I was Alia, I'd be like, girl, just slap out of it. But every episode's just like, go talk to him, or there he is, or oh, you know it, girl. That she always talks like that, where she calls her girl. She's like, yeah, girl. And I'm like, ooh. That's
another reason why I think she's 30.
Yeah. Like, I'm not hip with the kids, but I think... I don't think that's it.
I don't get it. I don't get Alia's character. I mean, I love her, but like, I'm like, babe. But yeah.
I think it'll be interesting to see. I feel like you said, they're probably going to add more of their friends. So I'm interested to see what their friends become or how many there are in general. Because like I said, there's still sometimes where they give us no information. It's just a fun, happy-go-lucky kid show.
Yeah. And like we saw something about a peacock and had just no idea where that came
I was like,
from.
who are you?
Yeah.
I'm still so confused on so many levels.
But I think what Peacock is really exciting because you've been saying, like, where's the other villains? Why is Hawk Moth doing this by himself?
Exactly.
And it seems like Hawk Moth's going to get another villain with this Peacock person coming in later.
And, like, apparently the whole city has an Akuma alert. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so are they just chill with all the other superheroes? Just hanging out?
I don't know.
But... it also, in releasing these new superheroes, Hawk Moth now knows that there's different Miraculouses and there's more. And he also knows that means they're nearby. So he was like, yes, get your friends together, have a party. I would love to take them all. You know, like, there were several episodes where he was like, ooh, bring more out to play.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely an episode where all the little Kwamis went into their little box.
Oh, yeah. They all, like...
went into their own world.
You know what? They deserve a night off.
They deserve a night off. But the sad part is Hawk Moth's Kwami, because Hawk Moth sucks, Hawk Moth's Kwami wasn't allowed to go in the box, even though it was Hawk Moth's Kwami's birthday.
But that's just so weird because the other Kwamis don't seem like they need permission.
Yeah.
To do things.
Well, Tiki did get permission from Marinette.
Well, that's because she's just the sweetest Kwami ever.
But when they get to the box, birthday Kwame's not there, and they're still
And they're still
celebrating as
partying.
if birthday Kwame's there. They're like, well, we have to celebrate for, I forget, for birthday Kwame, and they're like dancing.
Zuru.
Yeah, we
Zuru.
gotta celebrate for Zuru. And I'm like,
Yeah.
is no one like gonna check on Zuru? Be like, baby,
Babe,
what's going? Why
you
can't
good?
you get into the box?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, a little.
And Hawk
upsetting.
Moth was like, yes.
Yeah, and well, yeah, because then when the villains come, which was very creepy, like Sandboy with the
Sandboy
nightmares. There were no
Nightmares.
Kwames, so no one could change into their.
I just
superheroes.
absolutely love that Marinette's biggest nightmare is that Adrian loves Chloe and not her. And meanwhile, Adrian, who is traumatized boy,
Yes.
his biggest nightmare is being like closed in by bars, like claustrophobic, and they just like keep coming in and getting smaller and smaller.
And
I'm
Marinette's
like,
is literally
Marinette's
Adrian being like, I'm in love with Chloe.
yeah, he's just like, sorry, it's not you. Like, it just goes to show that, like, but like, imagine when you were 15, that's pretty real.
It's
Like,
pretty real.
So much is
It's pretty
going
real.
on, and so much can happen to even happen
But
to
also,
you.
do you remember when we were talking in the first episode about how Marinette's just like, she's a bit of a privileged girly. She's got her beautiful baking parents with all of the macarons.
She does. Yeah, she's got such a nice life, and she's like, hey, I mean, that's nice though. I mean, because since you have a good life, you're able to just think about the crush you have.
It's
and
nice.
Maybe she should think about being on time to things. Maybe
she needs to work on that.
She needs to work on
She
that.
does.
What do you think season 3 will be about? Because season 1, we kind of had like a little bit of a sneak peek going into it almost.
I'm thinking season 3, we're gonna get Adrian dating Kagami.
Oh, that'd be great.
And I think Marinette might start dating the emo guy. I'm not sure. But definitely think at least Adrian Kagami. And then I think that Ladybug we'll start to see Ladybug falling more for Cat Noir.
Oh my god.
I think we might start to see that. Because that's going to make it complicated because now Adrian's with Kagami.
No, or even worse, what if Ladybug starts to like Cat Noir, but then Adrian starts to like Marinette? Like, they kind of like flip-flops.
It could be that. It could be that. I think that's maybe even later.
Maybe, yeah, because there are 5 seasons.
There's a lot of seasons.
If they've committed to the slow burn,
yeah,
they have to stay committed to it.
But I do think that will happen at some point.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe after a while, Marinette, I would love for her to get tired of him, but she does seem pretty destined on Adrian. But Adrian
I'm
seems
just
like
ready for these kids to get together.
I think Adrian actually might give up on Ladybug.
Yeah. That's. I think he is giving up. He's shifting.
He's shifting.
His
targets. I love that. Yeah, that'll be really interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what Hawk Moth will get into.
I guess Peacock's gonna help him out now. So
I just know that they've got it. I don't know how they come up with all these villains.
I don't either. Y'all come up with your villains. Send it to us.
Send them. Yes, send us
based on your life experience.
Your villain. We want to know what your outfit looks like.
I mean, sketch us outfits.
We want to know what your superpower is. What do you say to transform?
I mean, we'll have to come up with some for next episode.
Yeah. Oh, them. Yeah, we got to come up with.
Because the ones we came with this episode, sorry y'all, they're rough. They were on the spot. We'll come up with some better ones.
Yeah. But tell us yours.
We
can just say, ooh, good one. Tell us yours. We'll even
so we can say, ooh,
good one. I don't know. Because I can't think of anything. I need like 5 business days to think of a clever one. I can't think of anything on the spot like that. Yeah. But I would love to read them and just
that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Maybe you pick some, I pick some.
Yeah.
Yeah, post them. It'd be great. Please send it to us. watchlikeakid@gmail.
Yeah, watchlikeakid@gmail, or you can DM us on Instagram, watchlikeakid.
Yeah, we've got nothing better to do than read your DMs.
For real. Should we cheers our second episode and
oh yeah, we do have
claws out.
Do you want to be yeah, and claws out. All I know is the last episode before we cheers, the last episode of season 2, you're gonna need an adult beverage.
Yeah. Do you remember when I said that I wanted a musical? Not quite sure this is what I was hoping for.
Remember the spoiler that we accidentally said in the last episode?
Christmas music.
Evil Santa.
Evil
That's
Santa.
all.
That's what we'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
We've got
our little, is it, I always get it mixed up and I always feel so stupid asking, is this one the macaroon or the macaron?
I've been saying macaron, but again, correct us.
I've been trying not to say it the entire episode because I don't want to get it. Which one is the pretty ones? Because I know one is.
I think a macaroon is something else.
Because I know I know which one. I just don't know which one this one is. Macaron or macaroon? Because apparently there's like
macaron.
Macarena?
Macarena. I thought the same thing. I thought the same.
Oh, we need to end this episode because we're spiraling. Thank you guys so much for listening again. Please send us your DMs. Send us your villains. Send us your villain story. Send us just a hello. And we'll see you next week. Okay? Bye-bye, butterflies.
Bye-bye, butterfly. Cheers.
Oh, that's really good.
That's not a unicorn. That's just a pony with pink hair.